This entire Braxton family drama seems like it could be straight out of a reality TV script, but sadly, it's real life for Traci Braxton's loved ones. The deep family tensions, the strategic decisions Traci made before her death, and now the messy fallout, all of it paints a picture of a family struggling with years of unresolved conflict. Traci's careful planning and clear intentions seem to have been set in place to avoid chaos, but in reality, her passing has done the opposite. Her decision to place her son Kevin Jr. in control of her estate, her finances, and even her brand rights is a bold move that raises so many questions about the family's dynamic, especially when you consider how things played out with the Braxton sisters and her husband. When Traci made those decisions, was she really just protecting her legacy, or was she trying to safeguard herself from deeper family issues that were perhaps too painful to address directly? We've seen enough hints of dysfunction in the Braxton family over the years, especially with Traci's strained relationships with her sisters, to make us wonder whether she knew exactly what was coming after her passing. The fact that she documented her wishes, had conversations recorded, and made sure Kevin Jr. had full control could indicate that she anticipated resistance from the people closest to her. Traci might have known that the drama over her estate would be inevitable, but that doesn't make it any less heartbreaking to witness. One of the most telling things that has emerged from this entire situation is how Traci felt about her sisters during her life. She consistently voiced feeling like an outsider in her own family. While the public often saw the Braxtons as a tight-knit, supportive family, behind the scenes, it seems Traci felt marginalized by her sisters. The way she spoke about how they would often treat her like a personal assistant rather than a sister or an equal member of the group says so much about the underlying tension. When she was honored by the United Negro College Fund, instead of celebrating her achievement, Traci felt sidelined. This wasn't just about a family member missing a special moment, it's a deeper sign of how Traci felt dismissed and excluded. This constant undermining of Traci's contributions and presence within the family may have led to her decision to make Kevin Jr. her executor, someone she trusted to uphold her legacy without the same kind of pressure or interference from those who might have hurt her. As for the funeral and the apparent disrespect toward her wishes, it's tough to ignore how this entire situation unfolded. Traci specifically requested cremation with no formal service, but there was a viewing, and even that seems to have been marred by family division. Traci's sisters, some of the people who were closest to her in life, allegedly didn't attend the viewing, and there's speculation that they were unwilling to respect her final wishes. This raises so many questions about the level of discord within the family. If the Braxton sisters were truly that opposed to honoring Traci's wishes, it reflects how fractured their relationships really were. Even more troubling is the fact that Traci's father, Michael Conrad Braxton, was reportedly turned away from the viewing and had to sit in the back, further highlighting just how dysfunctional and contentious things have become. Kevin Sr. is also caught up in this turmoil, and it's evident he is struggling with Traci's passing in more ways than one. His frustration with his wife's decision to leave everything to their son is understandable, but it's also clear that his emotional response has clouded his judgment. For him, it might feel like he is being shut out, and as her husband, he likely feels a sense of entitlement to have a say in how things were handled. But for Kevin Jr. it's not just about the estate, it's about trust. Traci entrusted him with her legacy, and he feels it's his responsibility to honor her wishes. This conflict between father and son, which boiled over in that heated argument, has become a symbol of the larger family conflict, where everyone feels like they should have some control, but nobody is willing to compromise or listen. Then, of course, there's the leak of the footage from that altercation. The timing of the release of that video makes it feel like a deliberate attempt to paint both Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr. in a negative light. The Braxton sisters have been accused of being behind the leak, and if that's true, it would suggest that they're not just sitting by and watching things unfold, they're actively trying to influence how things go, possibly to gain control of Traci's estate. The idea that they would leak footage to discredit Kevin Jr. is especially concerning because it suggests they might be more focused on the financial and personal benefits they could gain than on honoring Traci's memory. It's a classic example of how, in the midst of grief, some family members can become more concerned with their own agendas than respecting the wishes of the deceased. Kevin Jr.'s struggles, both with his health and his personal life, only add to the complexity of this situation. After suffering a seizure, rumors began circulating that it was due to alcohol or drug use, and these rumors seem to have conveniently surfaced around the same time that the Braxton sisters were reportedly trying to discredit him. If they are indeed the ones behind these rumors, it feels like they're trying to undermine his credibility and reputation, which would make it easier for someone else, perhaps one of them, to step in and take control of Traci's estate. The way Kevin Jr. is being treated is both cruel and tragic. He's already dealing with the loss of his mother, the pressure of managing her legacy, and his own health challenges, and yet it seems like certain members of his family are more focused on using his vulnerabilities against him than supporting him. Through all of this, it's clear that the Braxton family is in deep turmoil. What was once a close-knit, successful family now seems to be torn apart by greed, betrayal, and hurt feelings. While Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr. continue to grapple with their emotions and try to maintain control of Traci's estate, the Braxton sisters' involvement in the drama raises serious questions about their motives. Are they truly trying to honor Traci's legacy, or are they more focused on their own personal gain? It's hard to say what the future holds for this family. The conflict over Traci's estate could continue for years, especially if the family can't find a way to come together and respect Traci's wishes. What do you think? Can the Braxtons ever heal from this, or are these divisions too deep to repair? And who really has the right to control Traci's legacy? Kevin Jr., who Traci trusted, or her sisters, who might feel entitled to their own share of the inheritance? The situation is far from over, and it's heartbreaking to watch a family fall apart over something that should have been a time to grieve and celebrate Traci's life.